Okay, everyone, it is about 1 o'clock, so I think we can begin. I'd like to welcome you to this INBOX25 webinar on our brand new email campaign wizard. A lot of neat stuff we're going to be talking about in this webinar today. So today we're going to be just covering our newly designed email campaign builder, really to build high impact and beautiful emails with INBOX25. So apart from our new design and easier functionality, there are some new additions to the email builder that we'll discuss in this tutorial. The real goal today for this webinar is to learn how to build clean, professional, and content-friendly email messages using one of our template flex layouts. So first, some general housekeeping that always happens during the webinars. Just get that out of the way. If you have any questions during the course of the webinar, please feel free to enter them in the chat bar below. And we'll have a short Q&A at the end of the webinar. As a general reminder, you can follow us on Twitter at inbox25.com to get everything up-to-date inbox. And last but not least, a final reminder, this webinar, along with all of our other webinars, are recorded and placed on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/inbox25tube, as well as our knowledge base and blog. So there's a lot of places you can come and find these webinars recorded. So let's just jump right into the webinar itself and into the live demo. So to access INBOX25's email campaign wizard, hover over the Campaigns tab here and click Create New Campaign. And from here, we'll choose Email Campaign and move on. So welcome to the Email Campaign Wizard. So as you notice, we've given our Email Campaign Wizard a slight facelift and completely redesigned the look and tweaked the functionality to make your lives easier. It's cleaner and it's incredibly user-friendly. You can now easily jump back and forth between steps, making creating and editing your emails a breeze. So on this screen here, we can customize the most basic elements of our new campaign. So first, we're going to start with an easy identifiable campaign name. I'm just going to call this as a sample. We'll do welcome email. And then now we can configure our subject line. So with INBOX25, we can make our subject line a bit more dynamic. We allow you to pull record names from your CRM and marketing lists, so you can use the first, last, and a whole name tag to address your targets more personally. So I'm going to go over here, and I am typing with one hand, mind you, so I might be a little bit slow at typing, but still nothing we can't overcome. So we're going to do a name here, add that tag in, and then we'll do welcome to INBOX25. Here we go. So of course, whatever record you're sending this to, it would then propagate the name in the name field to really make your email a little more personal. So now I'm going to enter the campaign name I want this email to come from. So this can be a company name, or we can make it a bit more personalized by using a salesman in your company as an example. But if you noticed, underneath this little bar here, we have this personalization tag called Sugar Assigned To. This tag is extremely neat. So what this tag allows you to do is it has this email be sent from the assigned record owner within inside Sugar. So the real benefit with this function is, this function can streamline a marketing manager or sales manager's efforts by not having to create, just one, by only having to create one single outbound campaign for all their sales agents, instead of creating an outbound campaign that is customized for each and every sales agent in your company as an example. This gives the effect of depersonalization, really without the hassle of having to have manual input in there. So we generally recommend, if you're going to send a large blast out, go ahead and use the Sugar Assigned To tag and have this come from the record owner within inside Sugar. So it's one email, giving the personal effect of all the record owners within inside Sugar. Really neat feature there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that tag here. So you can just simply copy and paste it into this bar here. So now I'm going to enter the name I want this. Now into the from name I want this email to come from, which will appear as the address your campaign is being sent from. So when you initially add an email address, they will have to be authenticated. It's as simple as clicking this add sending address here, and we just background check to make sure the address is fully authenticated and everything is good to go. And it'll be available from this drop-down menu once the address is authenticated, so it's for easier use. No need to go off and authenticate it twice. One thing to note, an important note to maximize deliverability, best practice states to not only authenticate your sending email address, but to also verify the address by configuring your sender ID and domain keys as well. So if you're finding high block rates or high spam complaints, The first line of defense is to complete all the steps in the email authentication manager. And that can be found on the gear drop down here and by clicking email verification manager. We highly recommend this be done for every email you're sending to. It takes minutes, and you're really going to find the benefit when you send your campaigns out to maximize deliverability rates. So best practice, always have that on. So next, what we're going to do here is this is a really important aspect of the campaign. If you're connected to Sugar CRM and you wish to send this campaign to modules or target lists within inside Sugar, you're going to go ahead and check this box off here. You're going to have to go ahead and check this box off here. What this is doing is it's going to tell the engine to pull information from Sugar on the recipient screen, and also tell the engine to then sync this campaign with Sugar once the campaign is sent out. So anytime you're sending to Sugar, make sure you have this checkbox checked off. Below, we can further customize some campaign goodies, as we call them, for several user-friendly options for your client list to engage with. So we'll check these off here, and we'll sort of see what we're working with. The first is adding a web-friendly version in accordance with your new email campaign. It's pretty common, certain aspects of your email may not download or show up correctly, due to a variety of different reasons. Oftentimes, your users will be opening and viewing your message through a variety of different mediums, whether it be tablets or phones, which is extremely common these days, as well as different internet providers like Safari, Firefox, and Chrome, and if you'd so be inclined, Internet Explorer, if anyone still uses that. So what the web-friendly version really assures is that your email is going to be viewed in the creative layout that you intended. So what exactly happens is we give you a little tag on the top of the email that if you click the tag and the email is not displaying properly, it'll open up a browser version of the email. So they'll be able to open up in their browser, and the email will come in its full format from there. So if you're not using one of our new responsive templates, which we'll get to in a bit, we generally recommend having the web-friendly version checked off. A 4-to-front option allows your client list to forward the option, to forward this email to their list, and then from there we will be able to track, who they forward it to. So just helpful to have that on there if you want your email to be forwarded to people. Permission reminder is a great way of showing your recipients why you're contacting them and reminding them how they opted in the first place. This is going to be especially important for those of us, if anyone's joining us from the EU or from Canada with their new CSAL anti-spam laws. You're definitely going to want to have this on there, because I think now you're going to need to have notifications to why you're actually contacting them in the first place. Last but not least, down here we have an unsubscribe confirmation. When someone unsubscribes, we'll bring them to a page. If you don't have a page already created and linked up to our platform, maybe on your website, don't worry. We do supply you with a generic unsubscribe for a confirmation page that your users will be sent to. And then lastly, down here we have our physical address, which is going to be the physical address that pops up in the email that's associated with your account. So in our case, it would be our office here in Staten Island. So everything looks good on this screen. From here, we can click Next Up and continue. So now that we have the basics of our email covered, let's start moving on to the creative portion of our email. So we have 3 different email formats here. We have multi-part, HTML, and plain text. We generally recommend using multi-part, as it infuses both HTML and plain text capabilities. So we're going to go ahead and choose multi-part here and click Next Step. So here we can choose which template we want for this email to be used with. We have about 18 templates built into our system, but we do also let you import templates from Sugar CRM, your hard drive, or any previously created templates that you've created on our platform will be saved in your creative library here. I think best case, let's go ahead and explore the templates we have built into our platform and really see what we can do in terms of customizing those to make them, professional and, good looking to the best of my ability. So from here, what we're seeing is about our 18 templates built into our platform. And after much request, we have added 3 new templates that are responsive templates, or 4 templates if you want to count this last one, which is a CSAL anti-spam template for those in Canada, or for those wanting to send to people in Canada. This template here is dedicated specifically for that purpose. It does happen to be a responsive template as well. But we have added 3 new email responsive templates that are denoted by these little blue icons here. So now that whenever you're sending this email out, depending on what device it's on, it's going to automatically resize itself. So there's no need to worry about anytime email format not showing up correctly with these new responsive templates. That's all solved. So let's choose a responsive template for this webinar here, and let's choose a color scheme. Right now we only have limited color schemes available for our responsive templates. We are planning to add more. But right now we have solid silver and white. So from here we'll click build and jump right into our editor. Just wait for this to load. Here we go. So now that we're in our editor, the best way I'd like to explain how the editor is set up is the left side of your screen is going to be your editor, while the right side of your screen is going to be your canvas. So our template editor is divided into block formats. So we have three different types of blocks. We have our image blocks up here. We have our title boxes, and then finally we have our text boxes. So first off, let's start by adding a logo to our template here, which is going to count as an image box. So to do that, we click on this little edit button on the left of the image box, and it's going to bring us over to the left side of the screen here, where we can click browse, and then we can browse our computer for the images desired. One helpful note: if you're creating emails, have all of your images input into one folder. For ease of use here, I have a folder called High Impact Images, just so it makes it easier for myself to find the images I actually want to use. So here we have our logo. I'll click Open. And it's going to automatically resize itself here. So from this point, I really suggest that you explore Image Editor, which is a little blue button here. The Image Editor is going to be sort of a mock Photoshop. You can do some sort of basic things like edit, resize, and crop the image. You can add different frames and effects if you'd like as well. I think everything looks good here. Maybe we can click Save. And one last thing, with INBOX25, we do give you the ability to hyperlink images, titles, words, paragraphs with the click of a button. So for an image, we simply go to the URL bar here, and we can just type in a URL. And it's as simple as that. So I mean, it's pretty common to want to hyperlink your logo back to your website. So we'll do INBOX25 here. And perfect. We are now hyperlinked. And we click Save, and it will automatically propagate all resized into our canvas. So from here, let's go ahead and add another image and sort of start building out this email to make it a little bit more presentable, because right now we're in the very early stages. So I'm going to go ahead to this image box here, click Edit. I'm going to follow the same process I had done before. Click Browse, and I will choose an image. And it's going to go ahead and resize itself here, if you notice. There we go, it got a little smaller. Now you can go ahead and resize it via the width and height, but it will resize it to the dimensions of the template automatically. So if you don't want to worry about having to resize the issues there, it's pretty simple. We click Save here. It'll go ahead and resize it perfectly to the dimensions that the template is formatted for. Next, let's discuss title boxes or headline boxes. This offers you a place to embed your motto, slogan, or simply label different sections of your email to make it easier for the user. So to edit the content of a title box, place your mouse over the title box and click Edit. Same process. And then from here, I'll just put insert catchy title. And as you notice, everything's in real time. So as I type on the left side of the screen, the right side of the screen will automatically update. So you can see real time, how everything is coming together within the canvas and the editor. And we can, of course, hyperlink this title if we wanted to by clicking this little icon here. I like to call it a chain with a plus sign underneath it, but it's all for debate what it actually is. It's just so small you can't really see it. Click here, and then we can add our hyperlink as well as we did with the image box. So the last box I want to discuss here is going to be our content boxes. Now, our content boxes can be used in a variety of different ways, whether you're explaining an image or product or simply trying to communicate something to your users verbally. So content boxes are edited in the same exact way as both title boxes and image boxes. by scrolling down to the content box here and clicking Edit. Again, we're brought to our left side of the screen. So let's start with these content boxes by adding some images. Go ahead and delete the existing one, and we can come here and click our image box here. Once again, click Upload, choose File, and once again I have all my email or all my images saved into a nice grouping here. We can choose one of our images here, click Open, and then go to Send to Server. And then once again, I'm going to keep the image size the same, but I want to add a border around these particular images to make them look a little nicer. So we click 1 here, we're brought a border, and of course the higher we go with the number, the thicker the border will come or will be. I'm going to do 1, make it nice and clean, and we can click OK. Now I'm going to center this image, and perfect, click Save. I'm going to go ahead and do this a few more times here. Delete this image, go to our image box, upload, choose a file, and we'll go to a new image. Send it to server, and once again add the image to our template. Now what's really neat about our template editor is the fact that we can edit and delete or duplicate and delete different sections of our template if we want them to be edited as such. Go ahead and center that again. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these 2 image boxes here, or these content boxes. Click the plus button, and automatically we're given a duplicate of both boxes. You know, incredibly simple. And from here we can go ahead and just change the 2 images on the new boxes. Delete that image there, and we'll add 2 more images just to make this email look a little bit cleaner. We have an image for settings, and we'll go ahead and add a little border around that. Click Save. And then once more, we can go ahead and delete this final image, upload, choose file, and then go ahead and do a target icon. So you can see it's really, really simple to use the editor, you know, in a smart and efficient way. It's not difficult. And we're already seeing to build this campaign or build this email out to be pretty good looking and pretty concise. Now I'm not going to go ahead and edit the text in this particular demonstration, as it's going to be a little difficult for me to type with one hand and type sort of you know, good text out in the live demonstration. But of course you can go ahead and all these titles can be changed, much similar to the top here, which is insert catchy title. All that can be changed as well. So the last thing I want to do is at the bottom here we have some more content blocks. Now in this particular email, I'm going to go ahead and add these 3 content blocks, or these 3 images, as 3 images from workers in my company. Maybe they're speaking at a certain event. So we can go here and change this title. And we can call this, speakers at, and once again it's all real time, speakers at Market Fest. Made this up, of course. Market Fest 2014. Perfect. So we have speakers at Market Fest 2014. Let's go ahead now and click Edit and add 3 more images. Now these are going to be images from workers in the company. I want to note though that these are not images of ourselves. So for this image here for James, this is not me, but an image we just found. I'm not going to add a border around this one. We'll keep it the same. And we can go ahead and center this image. Click Save. And just like that, we now have our image centered. I'm going to go ahead here and change the name. So we're going to go ahead and make this my name. So we'll do James Verdi. Click Save. And we can repeat this process 2 more times. Click Edit. And we'll add 2 more images for my colleagues, both Ryan and Alex. So we'll do Alex here. Click Save. Change his name to Alex Borak. And of course, you can customize the text to make it look a little bit bigger. We'll do 1 more for Ryan. And so as you can see, I mean, we're building out a very good-looking email in limited amount of time here. And we'll do Ryan. Can definitely ensure that this is not a picture of Ryan with this spaceman helmet on. And we'll go ahead and do Ryan Brown. So you can see here we have our 3 speakers at MarketFest. Let's go ahead and make this text a little bit bigger. So we'll do a sizing option here. Maybe we'll do 20. Yeah, it looks a lot better, a lot cleaner. Same thing for Alex. We'll go ahead and do 20. And finally, we will change Ryan's name. Fantastic. So as you can see here, we pretty much built out a good-looking email. But there's one thing I want to discuss, and that's going to be our social media sharing. So another great way to interact with your users and gain their insight is to have links to various social media platforms embedded within your email. INBOX25 allows your users to seamlessly like, comment, and share your campaign on Facebook, as well as Twitter and LinkedIn, all without ever having to leave the email page. So let's look a little bit into our social media integrations. Let's scroll down here, and we can go to a random box in the editor, and we're brought to our edit screen. And we have this little tab here for social media buttons. We have Facebook Like, Facebook Comment, Facebook Share, Tweet, and LinkedIn Share. Let's go ahead and choose Facebook Like, Tweet, and LinkedIn Share. Now, don't be alarmed if you notice that these brackets are not turning into buttons yet. They will turn into buttons once the email is sent out. But in the HTML editor, they will show up as brackets. So we can click Save here. And if we scroll down, we see we have our corresponding brackets there. And when the email is sent out as a actual campaign, these brackets will then turn into social media buttons. So what we have here is our nice looking email. And if everything looks good here, we can move on to our preview screen. So what we have here is an HTML preview of the email we just created. We can see here, we can scroll down. Very nice looking email, made in about 10 minutes, with our social media buttons there as well, or our brackets there. If at any point anything does not look correct, you can easily go back to our edit mode there. If everything looks good here, we can go ahead and click Next Step. So on this screen, we can select which recipients we want to send this campaign to. Right now, what we're seeing is subscriber lists. So I'm going to head and choose a random list here. We're going to go ahead and choose a test list, and click Next Step. On the screen here, we're just confirming the recipients we've chosen with the numerical value. We can always go ahead and add more recipients if we'd like. But for our purpose, we can just here and go to the Next Step. So before we start finalizing our email, I want to briefly discuss how simple and intuitive our new email campaign update has made things. So you see on the top here, we have this new email toolbar. What this new email toolbar allows you to do is seamlessly go between steps within the email creation process. Extremely simple. So before that, to go back to your initial settings screen, for example, you'd have to click Go Back a bunch of times. That is happening no more. With our new toolbar here, we have this little settings icon. So to bring us back to our initial settings screen, we can easily toggle back to our settings screen. Our email setup bracket here, our email setup toolbar here, allows us to see email format. We can go ahead and import a new email. We can also edit the HTML version or view the HTML version of the email, all within one toolbar. We can also toggle over to our recipient screen as well. Another really neat feature is our fact that we can now preview and test our email at any point during the creation process. So there's no reason to go to the screen towards the end. You can definitely test your email on the actual email builder editor itself. What we're seeing on this screen now is going to be a lot of neat options. On this screen, we're able to send ourselves and up to 4 other colleagues a proof email, which is going to go ahead and be an exact replica of the email you send out to your actual recipients. But more importantly, we have our email testing suite. Our email testing suite is going to be, we partner up with a company called Email and Acid, which allows us to get about 60 different web, mobile, and desktop email client previews of your email that's going to be sent out. So click Test My Message here. It's going to bring us up to our Email and Acid screen. And as you can see here, we do recommend that the screen take about 3 to 8 minutes to load as you are loading 60 custom images. What you have on the screen is a variety of different email clients, different web browsers, and different OS systems. So we can see we have AOL, Chrome, opening up on a Mac, and it goes from Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, if you'd so be inclined to still use that. And at the bottom here, we have some other mediums like Android phones, Blackberries, iPhones, and also a Kindle Fire. And here we have one preview showing up already. So you can see what your email looks like in about all the previews someone might open it up on, just to ensure your email looks correct no matter what medium they're using. So we can go back to our email here and click the next step, and we can completely finalize the email. On the screen here, we can just choose the date and time we want this email to be sent out. If you notice, we do now have a 10-minute window, so you can now schedule your emails every 10 minutes as opposed to every hour as it was before. So just giving you some more functionality options. We'll choose a sample time here, and we'll click Finish and Save. And right now, our email will be pending. So before we end the webinar, there's one more thing I want to discuss, and that's going to be what happens when you sync your campaign from Inbox over to Sugar. So what metrics can we get on that screen? So we go over to our campaign wizard here, over in our Sugar dashboard. We're brought to a screen where we can display, or it displays, all the emails synced up from our platform over to Sugar. And what's most pertinent for us, if we choose a sample email here, and we go to the right of our screen, we have this little green icon with 3 little bars, looks like graphs. It says View Status. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And what we're going to get on this screen is going to be similar reporting to the reporting within Inbox, but more importantly, what Sugar allows you to do is it breaks down different email actions, whether it be a message sent, a viewed message, a click-through link, and it breaks down these metrics and gives you the ability to create target lists around these different metrics. So you can go ahead and create a target list around anyone that's viewed the message. You can go ahead and create a target list around anyone that's clicked through the message. So it makes segmenting a lot easier if you choose to sync your campaign to Sugar, which then these target lists, of course, can be synced back to our platform to be used for email campaigns and automated campaigns and such. So it's a little easier way to segment your information through Sugar when the campaign is synced up from INBOX25. So that about sums up the webinar. Go back to our INBOX25 dashboard. Here I'm going to take any questions now, if there are any questions in the drop down below. If you have any questions, please add them to the question bar. Okay, I'm seeing one here. Can I use the Sugar Assign To tag if I'm an email marketer? Unfortunately, the Sugar Assign To tag is only available for our Pro Marketer plans. It's just really due to the syncing issues, compatibility issues. The syncing goes much deeper in our Pro Marketer plan, and we really need the Pro Marketer plan to be used for the Sugar CRM Assign To tag. Another one here. Will the responsive templates automatically resize themselves on different devices like phones or tablets? Yes, absolutely. That's the great feature about responsive templates, is they will reformat themselves no matter what medium your recipients are opening them on. Another one here. Can I embed a video into my email? Unfortunately, we will not be able to embed videos into your email. It's due to the HTML coding. You will, though, be able to embed videos onto our new landing page builder. So if you want to embed any sort of YouTube video into the landing page builder, you can go ahead and do that as well. I think we have one more question here. If I'm importing an email from a URL, will INBOX25 still have the links work? Or will they still be, I guess, workable? That's what you mean? Yes, the links will still work if you're uploading from a URL. Not a problem there. So that about sums it up for the questions. If you have any further questions later on, please feel free to email me at james.verdi, V-E-R-D-I, at inbox25.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So this webinar has been informative and helpful to really learn the email builder and learn how you can really build some beautiful high-impact emails with the builder itself with our new Flex templates. So once again, all webinars are recorded and placed on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/inbox252. And on that note, that sums up today's webinar. Hope you guys have a great day. Cheers.